Panda Punch. Sounds kind of, it's a fun name, Panda Punch. Fun to say, Panda Punch. Panda Punch.
PP.
Panda Punch. Panda Punch is not a good game.
But it has mild blood.
It is not a good game. Play as a cool red panda that you can kind of, I mean, visually it looks kind of neat. It's got sort of a cross, like a 24-bit somewhere,
It looks
Game
like
Boy Advance-ish.
it looks like a cell phone game.
It looks like it's a platformer. It's got a little bit of Mega Man-ish, only from the standpoint of you got this fist. You can use your fist, which is something that we've all heard in the past.
Mr. Fist.
It's okay. There's a lot of problems I have with this game.
The DuckTales bounce.
Yeah, the DuckTales bounce. It borrows stuff from a bunch of different platformers throughout gaming history.
Its entire aesthetic looks like Jetpack Joyride.
It does. Again, the aesthetic is the only thing that I like about this game. The bad part is these biomes are so overused. There's like an overworld that is it's a map, right? And your goal is to try to get from. Okay, let me tell you the story right away. I'm gonna start. The story is really funny because you're this red panda and you get injured somehow. I forget how the story unfolded. You come home to your dad, who's a scientist, apparently, I don't know, and the panda says, "Dad, I think my arm is hurt." And the dad says, "Oh, I know just how to fix it. I'm gonna chop off your arm and put a big cybernetic fist on there." I'm thinking, you just amputated your son's arm and put a big metal hand on it, and his arm had like a bruise. His arm was scratched. Is that what kind of parenting is that?
This is, I mean, like, I have a daughter, I have a dog. What if I had both?
What if I had both? Exactly. So you do everything in this game with this punch, right? If you get injured, see those little dots up at the top? Those are your health, right? And you can grow your health and keep getting extra. And that's like essentially some type of currency. I don't know if it was gold. It was just like this weird card thing. Essentially, right after you get this punching cybernetic arm, you have to go escape. The story is never clear enough to let you know exactly what you're doing. Now, again, it's a platformer. You don't need a great story in these things. You just need great gameplay and to make it fun.
And it turns out that your arm was your mom all along.
Yeah, right. No, and this game doesn't have fun in it. It doesn't control well. The punches are, even at the very beginning, the punches just seem really like overly weak. You have a big cybernetic fist on there that should demolish stuff. Like you take several hits to beat up little guys, to get hearts and refill your life. In every other game, it's just like a quick thing that's sitting out there that you just run over, you pick it up, and you go on. In this, you have to bust open capsules to keep punching these things. Enemies are really poorly placed. Like, you'll make a jump from one level here to like the next one, and you won't see an enemy off the screen. And the minute you land here, the bullet will be fast enough to hit you. And if you've already only got like 2 hearts left or 1 heart left, you're kind of
the old Sonic the Hedgehog.
it seems to want to borrow from that. It's like needlessly not difficult, not challenging, just needlessly aggressive against the player. Like it doesn't feel like it wants you to have a good time. I did not have a good time playing this. It's very repetitive. There are only like two biomes. There's a forest, and you can't tell what's going on. Like, every stage look exactly the same in the forest. Yeah, you may be slightly below ground or slightly above ground, but they're using a lot of the same icon sense. These enemies, this dude is in every single stage from the very beginning to the very end. They have the same there's like literal shotguns hanging off the sides of things that shoot at you. Why? I don't know. I don't know why shotguns are there.
When's the last time you've been in the woods, man? There's shotguns.
I don't know. These little platforms fall way too fast. Like, they don't give you time to react. Again, every other game does it better. These look like they should rumble a little more, or maybe they should be spaced a little bit further apart to actually make it worth the challenge, but it's not. They're like needlessly fast, and you never jump like just far enough or just high enough. Like there's one portion where I was trying to get from one platform to the next. Let's say this platform here, and there's a platform over here, and you jump from one to the next, and I kept missing it, and I kept missing it. The pixel, by the way, detection is horrible on this, the hitbox. If you go too far off in any other game, you feel like your foot can hang off the ledge. In this game, if your foot comes close to the ledge, you're falling off. And so you can't judge where to jump from. So I found myself falling over and over and over again and running through the level over and over and over again because of a jump. Because of a jump that doesn't need to be there, should be a lot easier, a little bit more forgiving. It's like a jump like that, right? And you don't get this downward bounce jump until a little bit later on. But yet, like, there's portions where you can actually get up on top of this level here, and you actually get behind the UI. But it's part of the level. Like, I got up on a platform, and I walked to the left, and I was stuck behind the UI, and I'm thinking, I can't see my character because this stupid UI is in the way. And I kept wondering, how did it make it through this?
It's not like Mario 1 where like you get up there and you get kind of entangled with the UI, but that's because you're finding a secret. You're finding like you're not really, you're not supposed to be here kind of thing. Like this is
it's not
design in this.
I think I had to be there. It felt like I had to be. I don't know. It's just this game doesn't have a lot going for it. There's no reason to go back. Like very early on in the game, you'll come across portions where you'll see, okay, I'm going to need to come back to this level later to get, like, there was a shotgun hanging out of the side of the wall.
That's a cool ass building in the background though. That was
right. In the background, I guess the animation is actually really cool. I like the animation style. They've actually got some nice design, but they're just so over. It's the same tree over and over again. Parallax scrolling, cool, but you can only do that so many times. In order to, okay, see this little button here, right?
Yeah.
In order to get rid of these, this is early in the game, to get rid of these blocks, you have to punch this button. So, but you got to get this dude out of the way. Yeah. You have to get this dude out of the way, knock out this weird shotgun hanging out of there, punch this button. These two will disappear, and then you can go over this way. Okay, now you got blocks over here. What would you do to this button? Punch it, right? Jump on it, right? No, you have to push this barrel over onto it. But why? Because if all you have to do is punch this one, and this is a 90-degree asset flip to here, wouldn't it be something like you just jump on it or you punch it or something and it activates? No, you have to drop this stupid barrel on there to get it to activate. Oh, by the way, if the barrel's a little bit off and you knock it, or if you go past it, you punch it a little bit, you can actually knock the barrel off of this thing in a lot of different places, and then you're screwed. You gotta off yourself to reset the level to come back and do this. So there's a lot of design issues with the game. It really feels like they just found a bunch of cool assets on Unity or whatever and just put together and put a platformer. It's not fun. I'm sorry. It's
what did
cool
you play
animation, but that's it. What I played on the what do you think? What kind of platform do you think a game like this would be perfect for?
A cell phone.
Handheld, let's say. What kind of handheld device? A Switch or a Steam Deck, right? Let's say it's available on PC. Does not function on Steam Deck. I downloaded it. It would the minute it would start up, it would just crash out. Like, how is it? I know it takes a little bit of work to flip a few switches. I mean, I'm being very basic at this point to get a game to run on Steam Deck, but the Steam Deck is at the very heart of Steam right now. And if you're releasing games going forward, you better have, within the last year, you better have been planning to put this thing on the Steam Deck. Like, games should have been designed since the year before last to be on Steam Deck, to always function on Steam Deck. A game like this should function on Steam Deck. This does not function on Steam Deck. I had to play it. I played on my laptop. It was fine. I used my trusty green controller here, the Xbox controller. But man, just did not like this game at all. Nothing like it didn't feel good. That apart from the animation, I couldn't find anything that I enjoyed about the game. So sorry. And that's all I'm going to say about it.